Good morning students. I am Dr. Tripti Gupta from Shivjyoti Education Group Kota. Today we are here for the revision of chapter number 2 from Snapshot, the address, written by Marga Menko. So now let us see some of the points to be remembered from this chapter here. Now as we have already seen this story, the story is about the human predicament which has been experienced in a pre-war and post-war period, which is being followed here by the author, by the narrator here. So, as we can understand, the protagonist, that means the lead character who is the narrator of the story here, she is the daughter of Mrs. S. So, Mrs. S, who was the mother of the narrator. Now, here the narrator is basically, we should understand her background first. She is a girl who belonged to a Jewish family, and during World War II, when Holland, and she was living in Holland. Now, when the German armies, they captured, they intruded in these European nations and they captured Holland. They were forcing the Jews families, rather they were being imprisoned, they were being tortured, they were there were mass massacre of Jews in that time by the Nazis. So that was the phase from which the narrator and her family has undergone through during World War II. So now here, as we can see, and she belonged to a rich and affluent family. Now here, this lady, Mrs. S, who is the mother of the narrator, who had, and when the story starts with a comeback of the narrator to her old place, her hometown where her house was. She comes back there and she visits a lady, Mrs. Darling, who pretended to be a friend of her mother. Now, basically what happened during that era, during that time when the war was going on, she lost her house as well as family during the war. So, she was a victim of World War II. Somehow she managed to escape and was been hiding for a number of years, and after that when everything settled down, somehow she find out she must have struggled a lot in that time, and finally she managed to live and sustain in that period of time without her family, without her house. So must be a very struggling time for her, but over the time she thought, and probably now she is back to her town in Holland, and she has come to visit Mrs. Darling. Now she comes back to take her mother's possessions from Mrs. Darling, whose address was given by her mother years ago. So the purpose for which she visited Mrs. Darling's house and the address was being given by her mother quite some years back, when she was quite young at that time. That was 46 Macaroni Street, and she remembered it well, and when she decided that what exactly happened at that time was Mrs. S, she gave lots of her precious belongings, her cutlery, her antiques, lots of precious things to be taken care under the custody of Mrs. Darling. Mrs. Darling convinced Mrs. S that she would take care of all her belongings quite in a manner and that if suppose they have to rush, they have to leave the place all of sudden, they will be able to manage to move and their belongings will be in safe hands. Anytime whenever they will find, they can come back and take them. So, with this pretext, she took lots of precious things from Mrs. S house, and now the narrator thought of with that she should take all those possessions of her mother back from Mrs. Darling. So, that was the reason that she visited Mrs. Darling's house. Now, Mrs. Darling treated her with a cold reception and did not let her into the house. Now, when she knocked the door was being opened by Mrs. Darling, and she gave a very cold way of treatment. She did not treated her in a sympathetic manner like the way she pretended to be the friend of her mother, but she was quite anxious, and that is why she asked that question, have you all come back, like this, that she was being worried that probably she will be asked to return the possessions back, and that is with this particular insecurity she did not allow the author to get inside the house. Now, with this, the author first of all she also thought of that probably she must have not remembered the correct address, or probably she has knocked the wrong door. But when she saw the lady wearing the cardigan possessed by her mother, that green cardigan, then she realized that no, she is the same lady and she is on the right address. So, with this confirmation, finally she found that the lady was not interested to talk to her and was hardly entertaining her in any manner, did not allow her to get inside, and that was a very weird set of behavior which she hardly expected from Mrs. Darling. She made a second visit anyway and met the daughter of Mrs. Darling, who let her in the house. Now, on that very day she went away, and the next day she again came. She thought before leaving the place, she thought let us make a second visit, and with this mindset she went again back to the same address, and this time when she knocked the door, a 15 or 16-year-old girl, a teenager girl, that is the daughter of Mrs. Darling, she opened the door, and at that moment Mrs. Darling was not present in the house. So, she asked the narrator what she would like, would she like to wait, and the narrator said, yes, I would like to wait for your mother, and with this she allowed the narrator to come inside the house and wait for Mrs. Darling. Now, as she went inside the house, she was being quite surprised to find her family possessions, her mother's possessions, all those things were being displayed in a very tasteless manner, hardly being taken care, and that made her to feel like there was a lot of smuggy smell, and it was being the environment of the house was hardly been, it was very cold kind of environment over there, and she found the things were being just been lying like any useless thing over there, and they were probably being used on daily basis by them, though they were being very precious things. Okay, they were being antiques, but they were hardly being taken care as the worth of them. Okay, so the narrator saw all the possessions in front of her, but she could not connect with them. Now, here this connect was being lost. When she saw all those things were hardly being taken care by her, she found that probably now these things have lost their worth, they have lost their value, and now they are of no use, no value for her. She did not find them to be connecting to her as she liked them to be as they were being nicely taken care by her mother in at the time when they were, those things were being well placed, being taken care by her mother, but now they were being hardly of any use. So she decided that these things are of no use, no value for her, and probably these things will keep on making her to remember her mother and the distressful time and the predicament from which she has faced over that time, the memories which used to give her lots of grief and pain. So she decided, finally what she decided was, she finally left the house and decided to forget all those belongings and the address as well. So finally with this decision that probably now these belongings are of hardly any worth for her and they are of no use, and she want to move on and leave those belongings where they are been now. And with this decision she left the house immediately, and after that she decided that now this address is of no use. She decided to forget this address and move on further from there in her life. So in this manner this story deals with how the sir blank हो गया. So in this manner we can see that how these people used to suffer a lot because of the wars, because of these destructive activities of human beings which are being of no use for, they bring lots of pain, grief in the lives of common people. So students, now from here let us discuss the questions and answers from NCERT. Okay students, so now let us look on these questions and answers here. Let us see question 1, what it says here. Have you come back? Said the woman. I thought that no one had come back. Now, does this statement give some clue about the story? If yes, what is it? Now, basically this is the statement given by Mrs. Darling at the time when she found the narrator at her door. So, the quoted statement indicates that the two families knew each other, they stayed nearby and were probably acquaintances. When the war was going on, some people left their homes to take refuge in distant lands. Few people who remained there thought that those who had left their land would never return. Mrs. Darling, a non-Jew, the same way that the entire family of Mrs. S, a Jewish family, was killed during war. This was what she expected, and that is why she was quite surprised to find the narrator back, and she was being she was being afraid that probably now the possessions which she was having given by Mrs. S will be asked from her. So that made her, so instead of receiving her warmly, the lady gave the girl a cold reception. So with this insecurity, she hardly welcomed the girl, though she should have, because they were being old friends, but hardly she was been behaving in the manner as been expected, and she gave a very cold reception to the narrator. Now let us take up question number 3 here. See what question number 3 says here. Why did the narrator of the story want to forget the address? Now see here, basically this is the thematic question which is based on the theme of the story, that the address which she was being so keen to find out and to meet that lady who was having all the possessions of her mother, and those things were being quite precious to her, being the memory of her loss of the mother who had now been no more in her life. So the narrator went to the house of the lady who had promised to keep the valuable items of her mother safe during the war. So, this pretext we have already discussed. So, the address given by her mother helped the girl in finding out the house, but when she saw the tasteless manner in which her belongings were arranged, she wanted to forget the address and leave the house, as she could not connect herself with her belonging. The way the things were being kept, the way they were being, rather they were being unkept and they were being hardly taken care, being continuously in use, and such a tasteless way of keeping those things made the narrator to have a very disgusting feeling, and she lost that connect with which she came over to the lady and to find out her mother's possession and to take them back. That particular connect actually did not happen over there, and that is why she decided that probably it is better to leave all those things there itself, as they were hardly of any value now for her. She now lived in a small rented room where there was no place to keep all those things. This was another fact, that now she is not that affluent, not rich, hardly she was having, she was living in a very small house, and there was hardly any place for those antiques now and those precious things. That was why she wanted to forget the address. So, finally, she decided that now this address is of no use, and she decided to forget it forever and move on further in her life. Okay, now let us discuss the next question here. The address is a story of human predicament that follows war. Now, you have to comment on this particular statement here. Predicament means the grief, the pain or the suffering from which the people undergo through. So, that is what exactly here the human predicament is being talked with reference to the wars. War brings with it death and destruction. Margot Minko's short story, The Address, describes the human predicament that follows war. War had caused an upheaval in the lives of people of Holland. As they lost their lives and homes, Mrs. S was also a victim of war. Mrs. S here is the mother of the narrator here, and she has also faced the same pain, grief, must be tortured, and somehow was being killed during the war. When the narrator, Mrs. S' daughter, went to Mrs. Darling's house to claim those articles with which her mother's precious memories were associated, Mrs. Darling was surprised to see the narrator at her door and even pretended not to recognize her. Now, this was not being expected out of a friend, probably who has been promising a lady that she will take care of her precious things, and now once her daughter is being back, she hardly tries, she pretends not to recognize her so that she could not claim her possessions. So, later the narrator was shocked to see the belongings of her mother lying in Mrs. Darling's house. Now, in the second visit, when the narrator went inside the house, she found that all her belongings, her mother's belongings, they were lying in a very tasteless manner in Mrs. Darling's house. She felt nostalgic, and the things appeared to have lost their worth in the absence of their true owner. Probably those things have lost their value because the true owner with which the things were being associated, that is her mother, now she is no more. Now those things also are being abandoned and they are being left in a tasteless manner. So, that is why therefore, she decided to leave those things and forget the address forever. Thus, the story presents the upheaval in the lives of the narrator and her mother caused by the war. All these happen just because they have been forced to face the consequences of the war. The story shows how war brings dehumanizing effect on human beings. It kills the finer feelings of love and sympathy. It makes persons cruel and selfish. This we can find in the story, that how in a very harsh manner, in a very cold manner, the lady Mrs. Darling, she received the girl, though she should be sympathetic to that girl as she has been a victim of war, but hardly that behavior was not having any warmth for the girl. That is why we can see that people, they become selfish, they become self-centered, and they lose all their finer feelings, which we can see their innocence, love and sympathy towards the human beings. She introduced herself as the daughter of Mrs. S, who was an old acquaintance of Mrs. Darling, but Mrs. Darling showed no signs of recognition. Though later on she asked the questions that, have you all come back, means other people have also come back from your family, they have also come back. So probably she must have recognized, that is why she was been asking about other members of the family, but she pretended that she still does not recognize. Okay. So, but Mrs. Darling showed no sign of recognition. She was rather surprised to see Mrs. S' daughter in front of her, as she had thought that no one had returned after the war. She was not expecting anybody to come back. Probably she must have thinking that everybody must have lost their lives, they must have killed during the war. Mrs. Darling stood in silence staring at her. The narrator wondered that perhaps she had rung the wrong bell. This perception she found because of the behavior of Mrs. Darling. She was being doubtful that probably she must have knocked on a wrong door, and probably this is not the lady, but as soon as she found that the lady was wearing her mother's cardigan, that green cardigan, she recognized the cardigan immediately, and that is how she was being confirmed that she was on the right address, and the lady is being very like she did not intentionally, she did not want to recognize her. See here, however, she soon realized that she was at the right place, as Mrs. Darling was wearing the same green knitted cardigan which had once belonged to her mother. Now that finally made her to realize that she was on the right address. Unfortunately, Mrs. Darling regretted that she could do nothing for her and asked her to come at some other time. So this is how she made the girl to move back from the doorstep only, and she did not allow the girl to get inside the house. She slammed the door on the narrator's face. So this was how the narrator was being treated by the old acquaintance of her mother, being selfish, did not want to return back the possessions of her mother. So this is how we can understand that how people transform, they change, and how they are being facing the pain and grief of the that period of time which they faced during the wars. Okay, this is one of the important questions here. Comment on the significance of the title of the story, the address. The title of the story, this address, is quite apt. It is the spring wheel of the action. In fact, the whole action centers round it. The title is quite suggestive and occurs at the beginning, middle and the end of the story. See, the complete story revolves around that single address, that is 46 Macaroni Street, and in all the three phases of the story, this address has been quite suggestive. Okay. So, Magaminko focuses the reader's attention on it by the narrator's doubt whether she was mistaken or and her self assurance that she had reached the correct address. So, this is how the first phase, where she has been focusing on that address, whether she has remembered it perfectly or not, whether she is on the right address or not, and finally she realized also, she self assured herself that yes, she is on the right address. The middle part of the story reveals how she came to know the address, that how her mother shared with her that why Mrs. Darling is here, why she is been taking all those possessions, and how her mother has shared that address with the narrator. It was her mother who informed her about the place where her mother lived and asked her to remember it. Now, the third phase, the story ends dramatically with the narrator's resolve to forget the address. The wheel comes full cycle. First she remembered this address, and now she has decided that probably the address is of no use and she should forget it. So, this is how the full circle of the story moves on. She had remembered the address for so many years, and now since the belongings of her mother being stored there have lost their usefulness, she finds that forgetting this address would be quite easy. Probably this would be a better way of moving ahead in the life by forgetting that address, and that is how in the last phase that address loses all its worth for the author, which she kept remembering for those many years, and she came back just to find all her memories and possessions of her mother. So, students, I am hopeful that you must have understood the points as well as the questions and answers. Those doubts which come across in your mind, you may ask all those doubts in the live doubt session we will be holding for you. Thank you, students. I hope you will take good care of yourselves, stay home and stay safe.